Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
I can't believe you said that about women. You really think that having kids would change somebody's body? Anyway, that was the moment I never wanted to be their friend again.
I don't think anyone likes me. I am in this mindset of like no one finds me attractive, or at least I'm attractive enough to be with physically, but no one wants to actually commit to me.
Is everybody nowadays so afraid of commitment, of meeting somebody and be like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to work on this and see what we can build and create together in the future? Do people just run from everything and not want to work on problems anymore?
Run! 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 Get to the chopper!
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. As we have highlighted many times on this channel, men also have preferences. Men also have standards. Men also have the right to determine if the juice is worth the squeeze. This reality seems to generate frustration among women, particularly those in their 30s, where the dating landscape appears to become more challenging. In our modern era, it has become commonplace to vent these frustrations on social media. So without further ado, let's get this highlight reel started.
I'm so done out here with the dating scene that I do not know how I'm ever going to meet anyone. Ever. I'm literally 29 years old. I don't think anyone likes me. I am in this mindset of like no one finds me attractive, or at least I'm attractive enough to be with physically, but no one wants to actually commit to me. Therefore, I don't want it. Like, keep that. I'm not in that phase of my life.
This is the key to women's frustration. Realizing that the attention from men doesn't equal commitment. This is something they take for granted when they are in their prime. When they are in high school, college, they think every guy wants to marry them. And the guys that actually do want to get married are friend-zoned. Women don't have the power to make men commit on command. Frustrating, isn't it?
And you know when you're just constantly down and out on yourself, like, I'm not going to meet anyone because I don't want to date. I don't want to go on dating apps. I don't want to do talking stages. I don't want to be let down by people again. I would rather stay on my own and then constantly complain I'm on my own and be so unhappy than put myself through dating apps again. And everyone's like, Trish, like, don't go for someone that's your age. Like, put your age preferences higher. Which 100%, if you're in your 20s, don't look at me. Don't chat to me. I don't want anyone that's like younger than 35 at this point. Because I need someone with their crap together. And I don't mean financially. That's like the last thing I'm bothered about. I mean, no games. If we go on a date and you're not feeling it, just message me. Be like, hey, I don't feel like we had a connection. Cool, done.
You can just feel that this frustration is fresh. That's why most of these venting and crying videos are in the car.
You don't find me attractive. Hey, I'm so sorry. I just don't feel like there's a spark. I don't know. Just be mature about it. Like, we are grown adults. Why aren't we communicating these things? And it makes me like, when I deep it and I get really emotional about it, I genuinely think that no one will ever love me. Like, I'm of them, and I don't say that for empathy, sympathy. I don't want people complimenting me because it literally goes into one ear and out the other. People are like, oh, you're pretty. I wish you could see what we can see. I don't see any of that.
Woman, why in the blue hell are you making a video to post on the internet if you don't want anyone to have opinions about you and your situation? The foolishness. This is exactly why you're doing it. It's that feel-good Kool-Aid you're looking for.
Can you make me feel good? Can you make me feel good?
It goes right over my head. I don't care. Because no one else seems to see that. Like, I'm clearly not special enough to keep. I'm clearly not good enough to be the person that someone chooses. And chooses forever. Like, chooses to love, chooses to be with, chooses to date. I'm just done. I'm so done. And I don't want to date. If dating means hurting, and dating means pain, and dating means rejection, and doing it again and again and again and again, like, how soul destroying. Like, I admire you girls that are literally like, I go on a date every lunch break, I'm gonna meet the love of my life, and then they do, right? Like, you meet one that's different. Go you. But I'm fed up of hearing of success stories on Hinge, Tinder, because I've tried it so many times. You know, when you're lonely, you re-download them. It's usually around New Year's, which is coming up. But I'm like, why? Why do I keep re-downloading it when it's the same story, different day?
Same story, different guy. Because you're dating the same guy in a different body, which results in the same story. Chat comes in different shades and colors. Chat comes with different names too. Tyrone, Enrique. Matter of fact, Enrique was highlighted a couple of videos ago.
And then he says, La relación que tenemos es suficiente para mí. Creo que no vayamos a más. The relationship we have is sufficient for him. And it's not going anywhere else.
This is pure gold. It's the same guys these women are attracted to. It's not a coincidence. Attraction is not a choice. And attraction is universal. So don't think that you can just be a bum and women will fall head over heels for you if you take your talents overseas. Women are women first. And this woman is frustrated because she doesn't understand why Chad doesn't want to commit to her, even though it's clear as daylight. There's nothing he has to commit to that he cannot get without commitment. This is all on women. You're the gatekeepers of sex.
I'm just done. I'm done, but I'm not done because I'm so sad about being alone. But I know I don't want to date. So what the hell do I want? What do I want? I think we all want to be loved, don't we? Like, in life, we all want to be loved. I want to be loved more than anything. I want to love and give love because I have so much love to give. But I'm not willing to put my emotions through that again. Like, my walls are up. My girls will never hear about a boy that I'm dating ever again until I've got a ring on my finger. Trust you me, they won't know. They won't know about who I'm seeing because I'm not going to tell them. My family won't hear about it. My friends, no one. Because no one's that important. Like, I did that. I made that mistake. I got people's hopes up and then it was like, bam. Trish, you're not good enough. Screw you. Anyway, I'm so done with this rant. I just needed to get it out there. Okay? There it is.
She's lying her ass off. In this moment, her brain is on tilt like a pinball machine. That's why she's ranting for the girl them. This is therapy, fellas. Women share feelings as a coping mechanism. That's why they need you to listen. Social media gives women the feeling that someone is listening. And what makes it perfect is that nobody interrupts her and nobody is checking her on what she's saying. This is why women love cats and dogs. They're in control of their pets. Women want to be in control. Women want to control men, but they can't, which is frustrating, but makes the man attractive at the same time. Women love drama.
I was born in the 80s. I am over the age of 30 and I am single. I am so single in 2023. Do we just graduate from talking phase into situationship that graduates into maybe casually dating somebody? But yet casually dating somebody is not like dating somebody. Like, there's no title on it. What is that? Is everybody nowadays so afraid of commitment, of meeting somebody and be like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to work on this and see what we can build and create together in the future? Do people just run from everything and not want to work on problems anymore? Does nobody want to collectively build a future? Is single culture such a big thing now that everybody is so against committing to one person and one person only that they can't seem to keep them hands to themselves? Did I miss something? Was there a memo? Did you get a memo? Did somebody get a flyer or something?
Ha! Stop acting like you don't know who put the memo out there. These women are dealing with experienced men who are also in their 30s. Remember this?
You know what's crazy? I feel like the guys my age don't even approach me no more. Like, I feel like the young guys have the balls and the older guys don't.
Men in their 30s, these men who don't want relationships probably already had that experience and are not eager to experience it again. And men also talk, so it's no secret what women bring to the table and what happens behind closed doors.
So the dating game, it can be a grueling experience. I am currently not in the dating scene, but I was, and have been on and off for years. And so earlier this year, I met somebody on Hinge who, you know, on paper looked great, handsome, intelligent, owned business, you know, super independent, bearded, initiator, you know, planned a date, just told me where and when to be. And, you know, I love that.
Of course you do. Like I said earlier, same guy, different body.
On our first date, I will say, all his pictures, he was bearded, and I loved the bearded look. He showed up to the date without the beard. I was not happy about that, but you know, it was all right. We ended up having some chemistry. There was some attraction. I still wanted the beard. He grew it out, so it worked out.
Pay attention, fellas. What she just said about the beard is profound.
But on our first date, I noticed a red flag. And I tried to tell myself that maybe I was, you know, overthinking it. Let me just let it play out, right? Because I don't want to be too quick to judge. So the red flag was that he told me at our first date that he doesn't get angry. And I'm like, everybody gets angry. And he's like, no need. And I'm like, yeah, anger is primal. It's protective. It's necessary. It serves us. And he's like, no, no one should have that kind of power over you. Nothing should get you angry. And, you know, I'm a whole therapist, but I don't want to be too much of a therapist on dates because then people be like, oh, you analyzing me. So I didn't say anything. I'm like, oh, okay. So we had this great conversation about it. But I was like, mental note, there's an issue here.
This woman is a great example of what's written in the article called Why American Women Are Undateable by Mark McDonald. Janice, read.
American women today suffer from a combination of emotional and characterologic pathology that renders them unfit to be romantic partners to men. On the emotional side, they are angry, anxious, and dysregulated. Men find them exhausting and not at all fun to be around. In addition to their unpleasant emotions, men must also contend with their toxic personality traits, narcissism, ingratitude, and an overbearing and judgmental attitude that appears to be constant. American women approach dating as a fact and fault-finding mission, with a degree of arrogance that can only come from a profound absence of self-awareness. They have no idea what their role is in the encounter or how to properly support the man who is leading the date. They act as saboteurs rather than facilitators. Most men have tired of this.
Modern women don't understand that dating them is exhausting. This woman is exhausting.
Another time, he saw a meme on Instagram about attachment styles. And so he asked me about attachment styles, and I explained attachment styles to him. And he said, oh yeah, I'm definitely avoidant. Red flag number 2. So I'm like, okay. So what do you think happened? As the relationship progressed, I started to notice that he suppressed his emotions, that he did not know how to manage his emotions, that he became very dysregulated when he was feeling uncomfortable. So a conversation about race one time made him so uncomfortable, so flustered, and almost I could see physically that he kind of wanted to run away. And people like this don't actually literally run away, but they kind of shut down emotionally or they get overwhelmed, right? The other thing that happened is that when he started to really like me, and he did start to really like me and told me how I just get better and better with time, he ran. He was like, I can't do this, so life is too busy, too hectic, whatever, all right? Which is very typical avoidant behavior.
Man, I would love to hear his side of the story. Something just feels off. I don't think he likes her as a girlfriend. She doesn't exude any girlfriend vibes, especially when she said, I explain attachment styles to him. She brings her college degree and her profession to the date. So if the guy is an avoidant, I have this feeling she only made it easier for him to avoid her. It's just a feeling. I have no proof.
So all this to say that people will show you who they are, and they will show you fairly quickly. You need to be paying attention, and that's why it's so important for you to really know yourself and be in tune with yourself so that you're able to see what doesn't really work for you and what doesn't align with you. Because honey, and you know he tried to spin the block, right? You know that didn't happen. I'm not having that.
The dude tried to spin the block. She already described him as a Chad or Tyrone. He probably has options, and she was not his number one option. She made this video because she's frustrated that the dude ghosted her for a minute, and to feel better about herself, Tyrone being an avoidant sounds pretty good. Once again, I would love to hear his side of the story.
Have you ever realized how easy it is to get the ick from a guy? There was this one guy who I was friends with, and like we talked to each other for, I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 months. It was a significant period of time. And he would tell me about the people he was dating and stuff, and it was just kind of just like weird friendship. I don't know, probably inappropriate. Probably I strung them along. I mean, it's fine. They're a guy. I don't really give a shit about their feelings, really. But one time I was talking to them, and he's like, I had sex with 2 girls who haven't had kids, and their pussies were so tight. And I was just like, what? Sorry, excuse me. That was me getting the ick. I then went on to tell them, just so you know, sex after children for me is 1,000,000 times better than sex before children, and the control that I have over my lady bits is insane now, like kung fu grip insane now. And I was like, you don't understand how bodies work. I can't believe you said that about women. You really think that having kids would change somebody's body. Anyway, that was the moment I never wanted to be their friend again.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.